It was now or never for RTE after they failed to allay concerns yesterday. The pressure was well and truly on. Today they came with a marked change in tone about the Tubridy payment scandal.
I am appalled as to how payments were recorded and presented in the RTE accounts. It appears to me that this was an act designed to deceive.
Siún Rahaley promising a raft of changes, including publishing the list of the top 100 earners in the broadcaster, a register of interests for presenters, and reviewing whether RTE will ever work with agents again.
Can I say something about the use of the word talent? Words matter, and the term as it is currently used reinforces a them and us culture in RTE. The first step in cultural change is to consign this term to the dustbin.
Yesterday, Adrian Lynch sought to avoid attributing a motive to the labelling of invoices as consultancy fees. Today, he slammed it and said it was possible the former Late Late host could have been aware of concerns ahead of his departure.
He came in with the public purse and filled in the gap. That's correct. What happened. That's appalling.
It's absolutely appalling. I totally agree.
OK, so Ryan Tubridy could well have been informed by somebody that this process or these concerns had been raised. Yeah.
Based on the information from yesterday, it's possible.
But how and why did RTE arrive at this juncture? The chief financial officer was peppered with questions with very few answers.
I was concerned, but I knew the Director General had a close relationship with Noel Kelly.
So it's okay because of that?
Well, it wasn't okay. The transaction had occurred at this stage. I was providing an explanation as part of the audit to Deloitte.
Your explanation here is ridiculous. Yeah.
After the chair of the board committed that all executive salaries would be published, a moment of severe discomfort and anger.
How much are you paid as Chief Finance Officer?
I think that's a private matter. I don't know what my exact salary is off the top of my head.
But
I can give you. I can give you.
It's absolutely outrageous.
I can give you an
Chief Financial Officer of RT can't tell us what he's paid. We're supposed to buy that.
After another 4 hours of testimony and questions, the matter is still far from closed. Richard Chambers, Virgin Media News.
And Richard Chambers joins me now in studio. So Richard, some extraordinary exchanges there, particularly at the end of your report. But how did RT executives perform overall today?
Definitely better than yesterday. They did come with a list of actions they were going to take to try and restore public trust. That would be like publishing the top 100 earners in RT as opposed to just the top 10. That would include the executive board, the people who manage RTE day to day, a register of interest for presenters as well. But really, as the meeting progressed, you saw the scale of what actually needs to change in terms of culture in RTE, particularly around the barter account. Some of the extraordinary spends there, €111,000 taking clients to the Rugby World Cup in 2019, €138,000 on 10-year IRFU tickets. It was described by members as a slush fund today. Moya Doherty, the former chair of the RTE board, said she had no knowledge of this whatsoever, and she was staggered and shocked by its existence. That was echoed by other members of the board as well. So in terms of what actually happens next for RTE, the Taoiseach Leo Varadkar was speaking in Brussels earlier on. He says that Ryan Tubridy, his agent Noel Kelly, and the former Director General of RTE, Dee Forbes, should all appear before an Oireachtas committee to answer questions. And if they refuse to do so, that will be a concern from him and for the government too.
OK, Richard Chambers, thank you very much for that.